Let's kick off this recognition with Head of Events, Hanna Klimblad.
So, we are here again today after a spectacular year together to recognize fantastic leaders from all around the world. This year has been truly amazing, from 20 million members to over 40 million members. Are you as excited as we are? Today, we will recognize many new titles from the past months, so make sure that you look for your name and celebrate together with you and your teammates' achievements. So, what are we waiting for? There's a wonderful recognition show ahead of us with entertainment and recognition and motivational speakers. So, before we go, let me show you the latest live recognition we had a few weeks ago in Dubai.
You know, Fab, I feel that it's so important to be recognized for your achievements. It motivates you to do even better and reach even further.
That is exactly right, Maida. At CROWD1, it's all about helping members and affiliates get where they need to be. And part of that is publicly celebrating achievements.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how our leaders have risen in the ranks.
Me either. So what do you say? Let's get going?
Let's do it.
We have come to our first group of recognitions, Director 1 Star. This group of people have shown what hard work can achieve, and we celebrate their success. So, everyone, wherever you are, get up on your feet and cheer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your brand new director, 1 stars.
Congratulations, all directors.
We are so happy to have the opportunity to celebrate all of you.
Indeed. Next up, a very inspirational testimonial.
I'm Adelaide Tachimo, and I'm a director 1 star. A lot. A really life change, a transformation, I'm gonna say. A completely transformation. Yes and no. Yes and no. The first obstacle I may say was I wasn't believing in this industry at the past because I'm a traditional business where I believe on working hard and do what you have to do. So when I introduced CROWD1 for me, first I didn't really pay for it. And then the pandemic came, it was for me a release because a friend of mine, thank God she didn't ask my permission, she just took my information and registered me without even asking me. But I think so far that was the great decision someone ever took for me. Because of her today, I changed not just my life and many, many other people, especially in Africa where I come from. And that was for me a big thing. My daily routine completely changed the moment I understood what CROWD1 was, because when they introduced CROWD1 to me, the friend that introduced me into it didn't know much. So it took me 2 weeks to really understand that that is bigger than what she was explaining to me. So I had to go back to her and say, can you know somebody that actually made money with this company because it looked bigger than what you are showing me? And she said, yes. The funny thing is she didn't bring me to her sponsor. She went 4th generation up because no one couldn't take me where she told that I need to be. So she introduced me to the person that became my mentor. And from that moment, it completely really changed. I live in the UK, but I'm a French citizen. I was registered by a French team. I needed to do something where I live because I didn't have no slide in English, no presentation to attend in English, and it was on the lockdown. So it became a quite little challenge. But when I choose to do something as a passionate person, I needed to go through it. So I started asking around and I find an international Zoom, thank Lord for that. And I was going in that international Zoom, I was photo shoot the slide. So when there was slide, I was making screenshots. And I decided from that moment to start my own personal Zoom. So I really started immediately. And I've been doing Zoom since for 15 months now. I never stopped. I do it every day. And that is really and I mentor the team every single 2 days. And I do the Zoom presentation like with employment. As I said, I work with the African community because for the first time, there's an opportunity that allows me to take it back home, because many opportunity, when I take it back home, when I'm back home in Africa, in Cameroon, it's more about using them or making them lose the money they don't have, never give a love to them. So that's why I hated network marketing in that past because of this kind of thing. But with CROWD1, I changed a lot of people's life in my country, and that make me so proud. That's why I'm here. Favorite product, I'm not going to say one because it's really difficult to choose in our range because each of them have a specific, unbeatable idea behind. Because when we look about LiveStrength, I'm here from the LiveStrength platform where we save a lot of money and we were so happy. I play every day with my children. They're just like challenging me now when it comes to our mixed partner and the Planet RX now. I'm more than crazy. So I'm not going to say, as our upline, our president, Jean-Michel, like to say, my best product in CROWD1 is CROWD1 himself, because he's the one bringing everything. So I've got that from him. Oh, ambassador or nothing. I'm gonna say because we understood, because a lot of people like to talk about financial freedom. Even me, I used to say that I never want to work for anybody in my life. Since my young age, I try one business and another, and I never make anything out of it. But I was dreaming on financial freedom. That's why I never want to work for somebody until CROWD1 come and teach me what that word really means. So in CROWD1 understood that really means financial freedom is something for you work for a while, but you get that freedom where you can cross your leg and live the rest of your life without worry about. So in CROWD1, I just see that financial freedom happen already.
Now, we love hearing from CROWD1 members, and one of the best ways of doing so are the testimonials.
But right now, it is time to move on to our next set of achievers.
Once again, stand up in front of your computer or phone screen and let out a cheer for our newest Director 2 stars.
What an amazing achievement. Congratulations to all of you.
Now, next up, we have another testimonial. I'm looking forward to hear more of your insights.
Anshuman Shah, I am from India and I am a President 2-star. CROWD1 means a lot to me because CROWD1, I feel that is such an opportunity where we can have everything in one place. So it's like earning, it's like family, it's like culture, it's like everything for me. Everywhere there must be an obstacles, and the obstacles is very simple. A lot of people don't understand what exactly CROWD1 is, and if we try to convince them, there will be a problem. So we never convince them, we just share what CROWD1 is and we show them our way, and we create ourselves as a testimonial to show them our way. My daily routine, I start a day like a beginner's. When I was started CROWD1, the day I was started, I feel same every day, and I feel I can give this opportunity to a lot of people. So my first job is to open up a back office, do all the needful, and start talking with people, start talking with my leaders, and whatever their program and whatever their schedule, we will coordinate, and I do every day a lot of new meetings, and it's like it gives me a lot of energy when I feel like it's the beginning of my career in CROWD1. My favorite products is, of course, Planet IX, and I feel that it can change a whole world. I can see a great future, to be very honest. I was in this industry past 22 years, but I never felt this was with me before. Now I can feel that CROWD1 is like a home for me and is really changed so many people's life, and I can see This is just a beginning we have with CROWD1, and we can go more beyond. And whatever the situation is nothing, we can see a great future, and people don't think what we are going to do in next few years.
It's getting really exciting here in the studio because we're now moving into recognizing our next group of achievers.
I can just imagine how hard this next group has worked. Ladies and gentlemen, your new director, 3 stars.
I am so honored to welcome our next guest to stage. She is such an inspiration, and she is definitely overcoming adversity and showing exactly what you can achieve when you set your mind to it. She's a true survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, Shahrzad Kiavash!
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. So, let's start from the beginning, shall we? Well, or the end, depending on how you see it. But I should warn you, this is not a story about the glass is half full or half empty. This is a story about loss and about suffering. My story is absolute in that way. Originally, I am from Iran. I moved to Sweden together with my family when I was 5 years old. 9 years ago, I was a happy and healthy 28-year-old. I wish that I could tell you that I had a clue, a premonition, or maybe a hint from the universe. But really, I had no idea. If I had known that this day would have been the last day that I could use my feet, I would have done so much more than to hide them in my shoes. I would run, I would dance, I would balance on my toes as ballerinas do. And surely I wouldn't waste my time folding laundry. But really, I had no idea. It began with an unusual stomachache, as if a giant worm was squirming around inside my stomach. A few hours later, I was lying on my deathbed, intubated and anesthetized. My family and friends gathered by my side to say their final goodbyes. The doctors gave me a 5 to 10% chance of survival. I was diagnosed with a very rare and very dangerous form of sepsis. Sepsis is what is, well, it's commonly called blood poisoning. This particular bacteria that I had can be prevented by vaccination. But in my case, this meant that the bacteria somehow found a way through my immune system and multiply rapidly and uncontrollably in my blood. I didn't stand a chance. Miraculously, I survived, but the collapse in my circulation affected mainly my arms and my legs. Initially, the doctors believed that they would have to amputate both of my arms as well. But fortunately, they didn't. But they did amputate both of my legs below the knees. Now, I could tell you many stories about loss and about suffering. My story is absolute in that way. I could tell you about the immense pain that I was in and the 53 times I was operated on. I could tell you about the nightmares and the anxiety and that existential crisis that comes with coming so close to and really grasping your mortality. I could tell you about the time I tried to commit suicide. Or I could tell you about the many times that I woke up in the middle of the night and prayed before I felt on my bed sheets, slightly below the knees, to see if there was anything left. I was always disappointed. But I am not going to focus on that today. Today, I want to talk to you about the turning point. Because as you know, every great story has that moment, that point of no return where the main character changes forever. And for me, it was on this particular day. Even though I didn't realize it until maybe, well, a year later. So here I am still in the ICU, so my situation is still very critical. We know at this point that I am going to survive, but we are not sure about the damage. So will my lungs ever function the way they used to? Would my kidneys recuperate? We didn't know. At this particular moment, though, I am mostly concerned about my right arm. It is so swollen, almost triple in size, and I can't move my arm and I can't move my hand, and not being able to do that causes something that is called contraction. So my arm and hand is frozen in this position. And when I tried to unbend my fingers, they felt like the dried branches of a tree. If you would pull too hard, they would snap. My father, he was told not to try to get in the role of being my physician, since ironically, he's an orthopedic surgeon. So he sat by the side of my bed as one of his colleagues came to examine me. And as soon as the doctor came into the room, his whole demeanor changed. He looked at my arm and he said, "Oof, this is much worse than I thought. Your connective tissue is damaged and affected. And then you have these two big wounds, one of them covering your elbow and the other one covering your lower arm. And this will eventually heal, but they will create scars, thick scars, and then you won't be able to do this." And he said, "Can you try to lift your arm for me?" I tried, but nothing happened. In my mind, I was moving my arm, but my body wasn't responding. And every time he touched me, I cringed with pain. Finally, he said, "Shahrzad, are you right-handed?" I said, "Yes, I am." Then he said, "Well, you need to try to learn how to make your left arm the dominant one, because as I see it, this arm will never regain its function." What? What are you talking about? And then, unfortunately, this will also affect your fine motor ability, like holding a pen or writing on the computer. I couldn't believe the words that he was telling me. Desperately, I looked to my father, who had been silent this whole time. And I told him in Farsi, which is our native language, because it was so strange, because he was nodding and then he had this secretive, almost sneaky smile on his face. So I said, "Dad, can't you hear what he's saying? He's saying that this arm is completely useless. He's saying that I can never use it again. Why are you just sitting there? You have to fix this. Please, say something." And my father replied in Farsi, while still nodding and smiling, "Just nod along and agree with him. He knows nothing. He is a complete moron." Puzzled, I did as I was told. And when the doctor left the room, my father turned to me and he uttered those life-changing words. He said, "Shahrzad, numerous doctors will come into this room telling you their predictions. They will tell you that you will never be the same, that you won't be able to do this or do that. You will look at them, you will smile, and you will nod. But in your mind, you will think, He knows nothing. He knows nothing of what I am capable of, because you can do whatever you put your mind into. You are so much more than you think. I am so thankful to my father for not clipping my wings, because there and then, at one of the lowest points in my life, I was receptive to anything, but he chose to breathe hope and to fuel my spirit. But as you know, you cannot sit around and wish for things. You actually have to do something about it. So I exercised my right arm once every hour. I tried to lift it like this 50 times, and I tried to unbend my elbow 50 times. And my father, he got these, well, they are kind of compression socks, and he pulled 3 of them over my arm while I was screaming in pain. And then he fashioned this glove that somehow slowly unbended my fingers. And look, today, my right arm is still my dominant arm. It works perfectly. So apparently my father was right when he said, he knows nothing. He is a complete moron. 15 months later, my personal trainer, Kajsa, suggested that I should compete in Sweden's largest triathlon competition. What you need to know is that I didn't know how to swim. I have always been terrified of water. I knew nothing about cycling. I've only biked as children do, and I hated running. And on top of that, of course, well, no lower legs. And to make it even more of a challenge, Kajsa chose the farthest distance. And you know, I think that every sane and reasonable person would have backed out from that challenge, but I decided to grow. And I bet you can imagine what people told me when they found out that I had 11 months to get ready for an Olympic distance triathlon, 1,500 meter swim, 40-kilometer bike, and 10-kilometer run. Charsad, is this really a good idea? You have no prior experience. You will collapse on that course. You will embarrass yourself. And my physician said, Charsad, listen carefully. You need to come to terms with the fact that you are a double amputee and that there are limitations to what you can do. I always replied like this. But in my mind, I thought, you know nothing. I'm going to show you how great I am. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you. It was hell. I pushed my body and my mind to my absolute limit and then some. And during these 11 months, I learned a very valuable lesson. And that is, when you think that you are done, there's still a little bit more. And when you think that you have reached your absolute limit, well, you haven't. In August of 2015, I was on the starting line, afraid, nervous, and I felt so out of place. But it was go time. Should we see how I did? Yay! And, you know, I think when you see this movie clip, you think that after we crossed the finish line, me and Kajsa, we're hugging and we're saying nice things to each other. And initially we are. But suddenly I had this feeling in my entire body that I wanted more, so much more. So I said to Kaisa, you know, I wonder how far I can go. And in this exact moment, Kaisa replied, shut your mouth and try to enjoy this moment. And even though I never really uttered the words outside of my circle of trust, I decided that I was aiming to qualify for the Paralympics in Rio. And, well, you know, my left leg, it's a good leg, but my right leg, I had terrible pain while running. And I couldn't run as fast as I needed to in order to be able to qualify for the games. So I did what needed to be done. I asked my doctors to reamputate my right leg. That was a big price to pay, but I was determined. And the doctors, they were very reluctant. They said that this is not a wise decision to make because there are a lot of risks involved with a very big operation like this, because what if it doesn't get any better? Or what if it gets even worse? As always, I used my magic formula. I nodded and I smiled. And somehow along the way, this was real. It was no longer a rehearsed answer. I started believing. I started believing that I could do whatever I put my mind into, and that everything is possible. I am my own superhero. I repeated these words and I reiterated them to myself over and over and over again until they became an absolute truth. And that is so powerful. I am my own superhero. And in order to never forget or doubt it, and you know, just as a gentle reminder, I had them tattooed on my arms so I could see it if I ever needed to. I am my own superhero. In September of 2016, this weak right arm that would never regain its function, swam in the Atlantic Ocean, all the way to Copacabana Beach. And that person who had lost all of her hope in the future biked the streets of Brazil. And that person who had all of her dreams hijacked in 2012 crossed the finish line as the 7th best para-triathlete in the world. My father was right when he said, he knows nothing. He is a complete moron. Now, what if I told you that you could be whatever you wanted to be? Let's play with that thought, shall we? I am a living testament to what I am about to tell you. 9 years ago, this fate, it could have broken me. It could have scarred my soul in a way that would be impossible to mend. But it didn't. And it's inevitable. I have to quote The Matrix. There is no spoon. And once you realize this, then you'll see that it's not the spoon that bends. It is only yourself. Limitations are only in your mind. I'll say it again. Limitations are only in your mind. Because there isn't only one way of creating a successful life or living your dreams. There isn't one magic formula. However, your mindset, it will make you or it will break you. Success is no accident. Living your dreams is no accident. You have to do it on purpose. And it starts by knowing exactly what it is that you want. Knowing exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Knowing why you want to achieve it. Knowing the kind of person you need to become in order to make it happen. Knowing what kind of superpowers you should channel in order to make it possible. And then programming your mind to do so. Because that is what it truly is. A mindset. An irrepressible mindset. You are your own superhero. Thank you.
That was incredible. I am so inspired. Now, Sharaz is an amazing athlete and an incredible person. Talking about incredible people, now we have another group worthy of celebration. Determination, single-mindedness, and focus. That's what is needed to become a President One star, and here they are.
Congratulations to all of you. You can all be incredibly proud. Anton, what an achievement.
Indeed, definitely something to be proud of. Now, our next group is taking it to another level.
And that level is President 2 Star. Let's meet them.
Subtly blending the rhythms of the hot Atlas Mountains of her ancestral home, Morocco, with the pop frisson of her Nordic homeland. Our next artist is an exciting Swedish talent. She is an award-winning singer, songwriter, and record producer with an intoxicating stage presence. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the amazing Loreen.
Eternity's an open door. No, I'll never stop doing the things you do. Don't go on. And every breath I take, I'm breathing you. Forever till the end of time. From now on, only you and I. We going up. Euphoria. Could never let the peace of life. I need it coming in my
It's time for another of my favorite CROWD1 experiences, the testimonials. We said it before, but it bears repeating. Testimonials are integral to success within this company.
They certainly are. To show us why, let's watch another testimonial.
My name is Mohammed Haq, and my title is President One Star. CROWD1 means a lot to me, especially it's an opportunity, and it's a thing that we can help many people in our community. When we started CROWD1, that time just we started the COVID situation, the pandemic, and of course we used to have like physical meetings, and we were planning to travel like in different places, but the pandemic come up, and we start meeting online. And the main issue was that many people don't know how to access those resources like Zoom and other platforms. So we had to teach them that how we can they can use them. Yeah, but other than this, everything is fine. Yeah. My daily routine and the activities all surrounding CROWD1. I am an early riser, so I wake up and I check my phone and messages and notifications, and I reply them, and then we have some regular meetings and presentations every day. So we prepare them and we send them a message and we do the presentations, and also we need to do a lot of support works as well. Many people have some problems, and and some other than CROWD1, I have a kid, 2-year-old girl, and I gave some time for them. That's all. The many products CROWD1 offering now, but Mixter is one of them, because Mixter is a place, is a great entertainment product, I believe, and Mixter gives us opportunity to compete with each other. Many with around the world, people can compete in Mixter, and the prizes are really amazing. As every time I say that CROWD1 is an opportunity for a lifetime, and it's not a plan that for 2 years or maybe 5 years. It's a long-term plan, and I'm just in a mission to make hundreds of directors from my team, and this is what I'm working on. Here are some people are with me, some leaders, and they are really committed people, and they will make it, and I believe that they can help more people to become directors.
Next up is another group of amazing achievers. Can you guess who?
Well, I can only imagine. If this group is as inspirational as the preceding ones, then I can't wait to see who they are.
You don't have to wait at all, Fab, because here they are. Let's celebrate our President 3 stars.
Well done to the President 3 stars. Fabulous. Just like you, Fab.
Oh, thank you, Oksana. It's now time for another testimonial, and I'm looking forward to hearing what this person has to share. Let's see.
My name is Giselle Simian, and I'm a manager at 2 Stars. It's the way out for me. It's like somebody who's struggling in life, and they're getting this opportunity to make his living. And CROWD1 is providing this for me. CROWD1 is making a way for a better retirement, a better income, and a better lifestyle. I'm still facing those obstacles, of course, because it's not everybody. With everybody, we have the same business mindset. So when you meet somebody and then you try to convince me, tell them about CROWD1, all the incentive that they can work their way to gain, it's very difficult for them. So if I start showing them how I'm working, helping them, I think I got a way where I brought the right people to me, and I'm bringing them. When I get up, first of all, I go to our WhatsApp messages, and I listen to anything that somebody has posted, and answer messages, go online, claim my bonuses, and my loyalty points as well, claim it, go through all the news and all the events, possible event that will come along, and then see what I can do. I can do this day. I go through my dialogues, see what I can invite me to do more, to improve, to bring some more prospect, or how they can speak to the people, how I can convince them to give more of their time. So I start in the morning with 2 hours, and then if I have to meet somebody, I'll meet them. If I have to call people, I sit down and talk to them, and I go through the possibility of options, and I have to finish another 2 hours in the evening. I like mixed best because it gives me time to relax and think. While I'm playing, I use the 9x9 game, and I've been thinking. It allows me thinking. So even my kids like playing a mixed as well. And above of all, I like all about CROWD1 because it's not just a possible for today, it's also for tomorrow. And CROWD1 offers this not only for one person, for any person across the globe, with the mind of getting them into the product as well. So regardless of their background, their age, anything they can do, if somebody can do it through CROWD1, yes. CROWD1 offers all that somebody can hope for, and I want to stop where CROWD1 stops. And if it doesn't stop, and if I play my card right, I want to reach 3 stars at least, and then work my way up.
Wow, I have to say, that was so insightful and inspiring. And we are now hitting the big leagues.
We sure are. Our next group of achievers are heading straight to the top, and we're here to watch them do just that.
Yep, let's all give a big round of applause to our newest Senior President 1 Stars.
Congratulations to all of you. Definitely something to be proud of. Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. It's been so inspirational watching their trajectories. And now it's no different for the next group of achievers.
I'm proud to announce the newest group of Senior President 2 Stars.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have something incredible to celebrate. I am so privileged to be able to introduce this person. She has worked so hard and has persevered, taking her team to new heights. Her work ethic is incomparable, and that's why she has risen so high in the ranks. Now, get on your feet for the CROWD1's first female ambassador 1-star, Christine G. Congratulations, Christine. What an inspirational achievement. So, speaking of inspirational, I am so excited to introduce our next CROWD1 standout. His upward trajectory has been incredible to witness, and it's gone from strength to strength. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's cheer on our newest Ambassador 2-star, Mr. Min Woo.
Wow, what a day. I'm so inspired. That was fantastic.
Yes, and after witnessing all these achievements, I feel like I can go out there and accomplish anything.
That's what CROWD1 offers, the opportunity to achieve your wildest dreams, as long as you put in the hard work.
You are so right, Anton. It takes determination to get where these leaders are. This has been a great day.
And not to mention watching testimonials. It's so great to be able to hear how CROWD1 has changed so many lives. But you know what? It starts with you. How far do you want to go?
So true, Bidisha. Reach inside yourself and find your inspiration. With that, we have come to the end of another fantastic recognition event. Thank you so much for joining us.
And who knows? Next time, it could be you who's being recognized. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.